For being with us today. Before we begin, we'd like to acknowledge our accompanist, Rebecca Everhart. Give her a big round.
Do you clap?
I don't know how. She's done it for years, and it has made all the difference. Thank you.
The fourth grade students of Lakeview Elementary welcome you and invite you to travel back in time with us as we celebrate the history of Utah and discover some of the people, places, and events that have made Utah a pretty great state.
There's no place like the state of Utah, no place I would rather be. The flowing streams and meadows green, mountains as far as you can see. National parks are here in Utah, there's scenery we can view. And Capitol Reef and Canyonlands, Zion, Rising Arches too. Utah, there's no place like Utah. Life is great in Utah. Just travel through the state and you will see. Utah, there's no place like Utah. Life is great in Utah. It's the only place, the one and only place for me.
Woo!
To understand Utah and its beginning, we travel back thousands of years to when Utah looked much different than it does today, when it was mostly covered by the ancient Lake Bonneville. It was during this prehistoric time that the fierce Allosaurus roamed this land, stalking its prey and gaining its fame to later become known as Utah State Fossil.
Allosaurus liked to bite.
Its teeth were sharp as sabers. It frequently with great delight made mincemeat of its neighbors.
Allosaurus liked to hunt.
And when it caught its quarry, it tore it open, back and front, and it never said, "I'm sorry."
Allosaurus liked to eat.
And using teeth and talons, it stuffed itself with tons of meat and guzzled blood by gallons.
Allosaurus liked to munch.
And kept from growing thinner by gnawing an enormous lunch, then rushing off to dinner.
Here's Jaiden's part.
The Native Americans were the first people to inhabit this great land. There were 5 main tribes who lived here. The Utes, Paiutes, Gauchos, Shoshones, and Navajo. Although they were all Native Americans, they each had their own languages and culture. The Ute tribe came from central Utah. They lived in teepees and rode horses. Utah got its name from this tribe. The Shoshone tribe also lived in teepees. They came from the north. They gathered seed and hunted for food. The Navajos were the smallest tribe located in the southeast corner of Utah. Unlike their other native friends, they lived in earthen homes called hogans. The Paiutes moved from place to place with the seasons, harvesting crops and hunting animals. They lived in wicky-up, stone-rounded shelters. Gauchos were the most different tribe. They were specialists in their desert living and mostly survived by meat and insects.